right now, still being limited, working through, my injury from last season. But again, being able to get out there in an individual period, being able to run around to the quarterbacks and stuff like that, that's exciting. We have a good, fun group.
New offense, is it a quick learn for you? Easy to get acclimated with?
Yeah. Again, for me, that's my job. Again, that's what I'm here to do. So that's, whether that's getting extra hours in, here or, at home, looking through different things like that. But my job is to make sure I'm staying in the playbook, and looking at it and being, in it inside out.
George was talking about picking your brain. You guys have a good relationship here after a couple weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Again, like I said before, man, I see a lot of myself, in George as far as, an ascending player coming into his second year. Again, for me, my second year in this league was one of my best years of my career. So kind of being able to look back at it where I was at my second year, it still was a ton of football that I didn't know, and it still was a lot of things that I didn't know. So, being able to kind of share that knowledge and that experience, kind of going and thinking about, that early time of my career and, certain things that I may have, didn't know that I wish I had known and things like that, So, I definitely can relate, to where he's at, coming off a good rookie year and the kind of talent that he has.
You've been around a few quarterbacks for your career. What have you noticed from Kenny here so far?
Man, I would say for a second-year quarterback, man, he's definitely wise beyond his years. Again, I think just how he kind of leads the charge. His work ethic day in and day out. Very, very focused. And things like that. I would say he's definitely beyond his years. Again, and I was impressed when I got here. Again, watching somebody from the outside looking in, you definitely see the talent stuff like that. But once you actually get in the facility and are able to be around Kenny and things like that, you see why he's been successful.
How do you feel about?
How big of a factor was Kenny in your decision? Trying to figure out kind of what to do, where to go, those things.
Yeah, I didn't really have too much of a decision, when you get traded. But again, hearing that was possibly going to happen. Again, like I said before, I'm a person who watches a lot of football. So I was able to see Kenny. I was able to watch Kenny in college and some of those big games and things like that. So when you have a guy like that who has a knack for winning and a knack for being the kind of player that he's been, which is leading all the groups that he's been a part of. I don't think that goes anywhere once a guy comes to the NFL. It's one of those things that now once you put other guys around him and different things like that, you start to see that player evolve even more into a guy.
I was going to ask about that leadership role. Coming in here, seeing him not be quite a seasoned vet just yet, and starting a little bit down the road in the season last year. Did it seem when you came in here that he really had a good hand on that leadership role, or just don't know that?
Definitely. And again, I don't think that leaders are born. I don't think it's something that that takes a lot of time for a guy who's a natural leader. I think anybody in here can kind of tell that from Kenny. So I've been here now for almost a little over a month. And you can already kind of tell his leadership. How he leads the charge, and that's day in and day out. Again, for a second-year guy, that isn't easy being able to come in here and lead men. But for a guy to be able to take the bull, by the horns, how he's been able to do, is very impressive.
Outside of these last few days on the field, what does he do outside of the field that kind of contributes to that?
I would say, the first thing is just, communicating. I think that's a big thing. When you have, a quarterback leading the charge, just, communicating day in and day out. That may be in film study, that may be, before practice, after practice. Getting reps in that you may want to get in. Different, even getting reps off of, things that may potentially happen. Again, and that's all, kind of what molds somebody into being able to lead the charge. Is knowing what they want to get accomplished and being able to go out there and get it done.
Thank you.
You're a veteran. I'm sorry. Can I ask one more?
Yeah.
You're a veteran on a very young offense. How have you embraced the role of being? Have you been mentoring the entire group, just the receivers?
Yeah. Again, I think it's just expanding and helping to expand guys' knowledge and just kind of talking through different experiences that I've had and things like that. So again, it's fun. When you've been able to go into 10 years in the league, you've been able to see a lot of football, and see a lot of different things, across the NFL. Being able to learn from a lot of different people, a lot of different coaches and players. So just being able to try to talk through some of the things that that I have gone through. Again, when I was early in my career, my first, second, third, fourth year of my career, I really didn't have a vet that I could kind of lean on, from different experiences and, conceptually, whether that's routes, concepts, defenses, and things like that, So being able to try to, always, have open dialogue with the group as far as, things that we want to get accomplished in the run game and the pass game. I try to do that.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.